Hello. Welcome to the week 2 and module 2 of our project management professional training and certification course. I hope you have been learning. We had a great time throughout the week 1, module 1. And here we are in week 2. The week 1 we talked about Introduction to Project Management and the PMI framework. Right? Talked about a whole lot as far as project management is concerned, introduction, looking into the frameworks. And here we are going to be looking at something also equally important and taking it a step further. Here in this week, we are going to be discussing the environment in which projects operate. Right? We've looked at projects, what they are. We've looked at project management. We've looked at all the elements of projects. So we're now going to be looking at the environment where we carry out our projects. Okay, so let's roll. Now the section 1, we're going to be dealing with different subjects. All right, like I said, we'll be going deep into the environment in which projects operate, and of course understanding the project's contexts and the factors that influence the project is part of what we're going to be doing in this module. And why is that important? It is important because that is essential to successful project management. All right, we're going to look at the context and the factors that influence our project. As project managers, we need to know that. All right, so without further ado, let's dive in. Okay, so as an overview, this week we're going to be understanding the project environment, the environment we operate as project managers. All right, and that environment includes both internal and external factors that impact the project execution, its success, and outcome. So we'll also be exploring the influence of what we call enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets on our projects. All right, so don't worry, we're going to be dissecting what all that means very briefly. So what are the learning objectives for this module and for this week? By the end of this module, we'll be able to describe the concepts of enterprise environmental factors and their significance in project execution. So, like I said, in a short while, we'll dive into what these enterprise environmental factors are, and we'll know what their significance is on project management. You will also be able to explain the role of organizational process assets in shaping project management practices. So that's another thing we'll be looking into, organizational process assets. So let's move on. Now let's look at the course outline. All right. Firstly, we've looked at an overview of the course in terms of module 2. Secondly, we'll be looking at the enterprise environmental factors, and these include the internal and external factors, all right, in the project environment. Okay, so next we're going to be looking at organizational process assets, and here we'll be discussing what are those processes, policies, procedures, and knowledge repository that actually help us get our project done. And then we'll be looking at organizational systems, and that includes governance frameworks, management elements, and organizational structure type. Also, we'll be looking at how all these things interact and influence our projects, right? So that comes under interaction and influence. Then we'll also look at case studies and real life examples of projects that actually amplify, all right, what we'll be discussing in this model. So look out for that. And then how they apply to real projects, all right? How do these things apply to real projects? Talking about enterprise environmental factors, organizational process assets. How do they apply to real projects? And we'll now look at quiz and knowledge check. It's a very exciting model, so you want to fasten your seatbelt as we dive in.